This video discusses Charlie Munger's conditions on design of windowless student dorms for acceptance of his hundreds of millions of dollars in charitable contributions to universities. Hello friends, this is Unmasked Truth with Harmanjeet Saini, where I provide unique analysis of world events based on the unmasked truth that after surrender, Germany continued World War II clandestinely and became a killing machine. I also provide true news that you will find nowhere else. William Shakespeare wrote in Julius Caesar, "The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones." Charlie Munger is one man who diabolically plots that the evil he does or will do will continue to bear evil fruit long after he is dead, buried, or cremated. NBC News and CNN have reported on Munger's donation of $200 million to construct dorms to house 4,500 students at University of California, Santa Barbara, or UCSB. CNN reported on November 2, 2021, his controversial plans for Manga Hall at UCSB, an 11-story building that would provide almost 4,500 windowless beds for undergraduates, led a consulting architect to quit in October. Munger donated $200 million to UCSB to fund the dorms with the stipulation that his designs are followed. NBC added in its November 3, 2021 report, the proposed building would house 4,500 students in a 1.68 million square foot complex with only two entrances. The project is expected to cost $1.5 billion. Living spaces in the building would be split into apartments of 8 single occupancy bedrooms, 94% of which would not have windows. The plan ultimately led architect Dennis McFadden to resign from UC Santa Barbara's Design Review Committee, where he has served for nearly 15 years. In an October 24, 2021 resignation letter to the committee, McFadden described the project as a social and psychological experiment with an unknown impact on the lives and personal development of students. The basic concept of Manga Hall as a place for students to live is unsupportable from my perspective as an architect, a parent, and a human being, McFadden wrote. Then CNN reported what the abject human being with a debased mind said about McFadden's resignation. He said, when an ignorant man leaves, I regard it as a plus, not a minus. He's just plain wrong. I wish Munger would demonstrate that he is right about his concept for the dorm by living 10 to 12 hours a day for 4 years in a windowless bedroom as the students have to do. This is not the first time he has tried his diabolical, demon inspired concept. He tried it first at his alma mater, University of Michigan, where most of his $100 million donation in 2013 was used to fund the $185 million dorm project to house 600 students. It was the largest single donation the school had received till that date. CNN reported the views of two students who are living in the dorm at the University of Michigan. Louise Bata, a PhD student, said that she wasn't aware her room wouldn't have windows. There were no pictures on the website, and due to COVID, she could not tour in person. Bata said she immediately began getting headaches because of ventilation issues. It's completely thrown off my circadian rhythm. It's hard to get up in the morning to go out of bed because I never know what time it is, Bata said. I know that people joke all the time about how bad the living situation is, but it has truly had a negative impact on my grad school experience. I haven't heard any birds since I came up here because I don't have a window. I can't wake up to birds, Bata said. She is attempting to break her lease. CNN also reported on the experience of public policy graduate student Louisa Macedo. She was required to isolate in her room at Manga residence for a full week due to COVID-19 scare in the university. Macedo said, "That was probably the low point of my experience here. It was being stuck in my room. A lot of people are incredulous that this was even a thing before all these articles came out about UCSB. Like, how is this legal? How are they doing this to us?" Now, according to CNN, Michigan promoted the building as a community of scholars where graduate students of different disciplines constantly interact with each other in common areas where there are windows. CNN reported Macedo doesn't spend much time in her room, which costs around $1,000 a month. Instead, she studies facing windows on the top floor, but that's not because she wants to collaborate with anyone. Mental health far outweighs the desire for people to collaborate or whatever that goal is, Macedo said. I would much rather not have depression than collaborate with my peers. UCSB is going ahead with its $1.5 billion project to torture 4,500 more students. Such evil can only spew forth from a vile, fetid brain infected by Satan, the devil, and his demons. Till the day Charlie Munger dies, he will continue spreading as much evil and misery as he can to inflict as much pain and suffering on human beings as he can. He has accomplices in university executives and managers who take his money and carry out his evil projects. They are collaborating to make the lives of university students as miserable as they can. Some of them, at least. My suggestion is that right thinking university leaders should take the decision to modify the dorms. Munger will probably take them to court, but I think the university will win in court because, for the sake of student health, it has the right to modify the residences. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett, and Jeffrey Epstein are three men from the same mold. They will continue to do as much evil as they can till the day they die. Epstein parked his money in trusts in the islands where he thought his victims would not be able to access it for compensation for many years, his sexual abuse victims. But he was wrong, and the victims received compensation within 2 years of his death. For all the crimes Charlie Munger has committed in his life, he should be cremated alive, as he has caused 5 to 6 million white Americans to be cremated alive in electric crematoriums. But that means risking civil war in the United States immediately. Therefore, it is quite likely he will die a natural death in a short while without having suffered any consequences for his crimes. This terrible monster simply cannot be reformed in this life. We may have to leave the judgment in his case to God Almighty. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please continue to watch my videos and read my articles on important world events. World War III watch, politics, international business, advice on health and medical problems, and much more for in-depth and insightful analysis. Please also subscribe to my YouTube channel and Facebook channels, Unmasked Truth with Harmanjeet Saini, to view and get information on the latest videos. Some people do not have the time to go through the full length of videos. They find it more convenient to read the text of the video. Unfortunately, YouTube does not provide the facility to make the text of my videos available on YouTube. But fortunately, Facebook does provide that capability. So I make the text of my videos available on my Facebook channel, which you can easily copy.